I know, it was too easy. It was too easy. Now, it's just going to be a hard-fought game. I mean, both quarterbacks, everyone in this win, it's just going to be hard. You're not going to, all of a sudden, you're just going to miss a pass that you normally wouldn't. And the Eagles' defense is making this hard. Tom has missed a couple throws that he could have, but really, ultimately, it's just going to come down to who can run the football and who creates a turnover or two at the right time. I mean, this is a hard-fought, almost December, January game.
Yeah.
Weather's tough. It
feels late season, doesn't it?
It does, and it's just going to come down to that play or two right now. The one turnover, I mean, that's how they got back into 10-9, and they did a good job holding them to that, but it's just not going to be a big output of scoring. You can't. These teams are too good on the defensive side of the ball. Philadelphia's made it really hard on Tom Brady. They're covering them on the outside. Tom's having to run passes, and if he's off just a little, well, incomplete.
Return, and it will. Great coverage down the field that allows return only out to about the 16. Duke Riley on the hit. And Tracy, down to you.
Well, you guys spoke about it. The Patriots struggling to find some offensive rhythm. 14 incompletions by Tom Brady. I spoke with Bill Belichick coming out of the half. He said, look, they're a good defense. He also said we had our opportunities and we didn't make plays, and we need to do that in the second half. As for the Eagles, Doug Peterson liked how they fared in that first quarter. Didn't feel like they executed well enough in the second. You watch Carson Wentz get the ball out of again.
Here's an end around to Sanu. Tender ankle and all. And he goes out ahead for about 8 before he's knocked down by Jenkins. Patriots had only 17 rushing yards in the first half and get 8 right there. And they're going to try to change the tempo here right out of the box to start the second half.
Exactly what they need to do.
And on Burkhead for first. And he does not go down before carrying a couple players with him for a pickup about 6 or 7.
I think they're going to stay in this mode. I think they're going to continue to go fast. You're 11 for 25. You can't run the ball. Patriots are going to adjust quickly. You're going to see them get empty, do a lot of things. You see it right now. They're going to get that ball and let Tom Brady get the ball out fast. A lot of guys in space instead of condensed formations. He's looking at the defense, switches it up.
Goes 5 wide from the 30 on first down. That's set with the catch and good for 10 and another first. His first catch of the game.
This is where you're Philadelphia, you're going to have to get guys up. If they're going to get empty, you're going to put linebackers at line of scrimmage. You can't let Tom Brady just stand back there and read the defense and get to the right play all the time.
Another shuffle pass, second one of the game. And able to break away. He's going to get stopped for no gain, and he's way into the secondary for a pickup of 30. He got away from Nathan Carey, who was shaken up in that first half. He had him for maybe even a loss of a yard on the play.
Another screen pass. Gary, he's guarding Burkhead on this play. I mean, you miss a tackle and everyone's in man-to-man coverage. There's no one else left. Outstanding job by Burkhead to get away there.
Longest play of the game by either side, 30 yards.
And you see what the tempo does, right? Now all of a sudden they look like they're really good. Ball's coming out, people are okay.
The catch and a stick by McLeod. Sanu with his second catch of the game. 2 catches, 40 yards for Sanu.
They had success last week against Baltimore, Jim. The Patriots were, they did some of their good stuff. It was really just they got up on the ball quickly and put a lot of pressure on Baltimore. It didn't allow them to get some of the stuff they wanted.
Sanu caught 10 balls in that game against the Ravens. They tried to come all the way back, but failed to. Second and 9. With the target at the 21. And it'll be 3rd and 1 coming up for Seth with the second catch on this drive.
Brady's, he just missed there. See how he had to go down to make the catch? Just a little off there, but it's also outstanding for him to get to that guy because he was going to the front there.
Got first down with that carry by White. Inside the 14. Could have just marching on down the field with this accelerated pace.
Well, find me another team who adjusts better in games. It's plastic. And now you can see empty. Tom's going to look. Is the pressure capability? Yeah, it is. Signal here. Quick pass out. Jump out.
Moves to the far side, incomplete. Was headed back to Dorsett. So they've had a lot of drives that are broken down in this area of the field with 3 second-quarter field goals.
This is right here where if you can run the football, the game gets simple. And so I always want to try and do that, but really not much.
They try it here, and they lose a yard. James White brought down by Barnett.
And now you have to have some cool play. The problem is all the cool plays take time. So usually there's some sort of screen, although you've read a bunch of them now, they're going to be prepared for that. So it's a really dicey spot for Josh McDaniels. They set up some motion, you see elements sprint across, you see something, they always have something unique on something like this.
Over to Edelman. He's loading up the throw. He's going to the end zone, and it's a touchdown. Edelman with the touchdown pass to Philip Dorsett.
Well, I'm telling you what, you want to see Josh McDaniels, watch right here. You motion and watch the safeties at the top. They're going to rock down and back. And this is really, Josh McDaniels comes up with one of these. Whenever they struggle on offense, he's always got something at the end. And you see Dorsett with the big catch, takes the hit. Edelman throwing a strike. Complete football player right there. We're going for two.
And, of course, Edelman, an old college quarterback at Kent State, throwing that touchdown. You said it had to be a special play. Boy, was it. Here's the 2-point drive. And going low to get it. James White. Jack Mason threw a block. 469. Shove aside a defender. 17 unanswered by New England.
So what's the deal with the act? So the safer you drive, the more money you save.
Well, bad news, State Farm, because Aaron doesn't know how to play it safe.
That's enough. But don't mess with my discount. What are my other options?
Get a discount up to 30% with Drive Safe and Save from State Farm.
Everybody needs somebody.
Find everything you need for the kids this holiday with low prices and free shipping on millions of items at Amazon.
Welcome to Mount Rushmore, where toasty Parmesan pizza soar high above a sea of garlicky goodness. The new garlic Parmesan crust for just $10, only at Papa John's.
So, what are we watching?
Never boring, is it?
Nope. At first it was wide open, but not anymore.
Thursday, it's your night in on CBS.
Week 11 continues with Sunday Night Football on NBC and Monday Night Football on ESPN. Then Week 12 kicks off with Thursday Night Football in Houston. Stream games on mobile with the Yahoo Sports and NFL apps.
Back in Philadelphia, America's first capital, and this first drive of the second half ends with an Edelman touchdown pass to Philip Dorsett. Edelman drafted into the league as a seventh rounder. He was a quarterback at Kent State, 30 touchdowns in his college career, primarily an option running quarterback. And And that would turn out to about the 27. We've seen this before, though. In fact, I remember the one back in the 2014 divisional round against the Ravens. Check this out. Edelman, Amendola, and a touchdown.
And today, Edelman, Dorsett, touchdown. Biggest thing to know there, if they think it's a big game and the Patriots aren't moving the ball well, they are going to use unique things in special situations. It happens every year. They know that certain games are tough, and they get 2 or 3 of them in the game plan for those games.
Sanders, Sheldon is there to bring it down. The one we just saw was his first touchdown pass in a regular season game. And Tony, you just sensed that was going to be the occasion before that snap, that there was going to be some sort of trickery, and you were on it.
Well, that it just, you've seen New England play enough. There is no play there. It's 3rd and 12. You know this front. You know your front. You know the matchups in this football game. It's just a perfect time. This was exactly what I would call in that situation to give yourself a chance to score. You have to do something different.
2nd and 10. It's a pass and incomplete. He's got it. We're trying to get his hands on it. Devin McCourty wouldn't allow it to happen.
It's a really good route. Wentz throws a perfect ball. Goddard still has to come up with that. I mean, McCourty got away with a little, I think, kind of a little grab about halfway on the route. But that was a strike right there by Wentz.
Who now faces 3rd and 10. Clears out Sanders. Completes it, but not enough for the first down. Jordan Matthews. And the crowd's not happy about that.
I don't like the play call. I mean, we have really only one guy past 10 yards on 3rd and 10. I think they were prepared for, the coverage 0 blitz that New England's been doing to everybody, where they send everybody and they want to get it out fast and break a tackle. But New England wisely did not do that there.
Sanu feels it with a fair catch at the 20. Tom Brady drove him down in the hurry up to open up the 3rd quarter for a touchdown.
With Domino's new delivery insurance, if your delivery isn't what you expected, we'll make it right. It could be a missing dipping sauce or a wrong topping. We want to make up for that mistake. Get 2 medium, 2 topping pizzas delivered for $5.99 each, and put our delivery insurance to the test.
I don't have any other gift ideas.
Me too.
We have gifts for anyone. Might surprise you. Great tech you expect, like the LG OLED TV, and unexpected tech like the Dyson Supersonic hair dryer.
From great TVs to the great hair.
There's more to Best Buy than you think. Excuse me.
It's time to quit smoking cold turkey. So Chantix can help you quit slow turkey. Along with support, Chantix is proven to help you quit. With Chantix, you can keep smoking at first and ease into quitting. So when the day arrives, you'll be more ready to kiss cigarettes goodbye. When you try to quit smoking with or without Chantix, you may have nicotine withdrawal symptoms. Stop Chantix and get help right away if you have changes in behavior or thinking, aggression, hostility, depressed mood, suicidal thoughts or actions, seizures, or worse, heart or blood vessel problems, sleepwalking, or life-threatening allergic and skin reactions. Decrease alcohol use. Use caution driving or operating machinery. Tell your doctor if you've had mental health problems. The most common side effect is nausea. Talk to your doctor about Chantix.
Hi. Reality.
Reality?
Uh-huh.
This must be a lot for you.
No, I'm quite the laser wizard myself. In fact, flight, not real. Floating platform, ew. And these things, well, kind of magical, actually.
Rated E for everyone.
look at some next-level moments presented by Oculus Quest from Facebook. Well, the Eagles got off to a fast start, up 10-0.
Well, we said early in this game, it's going to be very physical, very tough on New England, probably low scoring, and at some point, though, they can't quite have that same level of energy, intensity. And you look, honestly, Carson Wentz played well outside of the turnover, a couple of drops. Brady's thrown some very rare average passes, but he's also got them a couple of big positions to create flags and other things.
There's the pass. And that's to Harry, rookie's second catch. When you saw those numbers, Philadelphia has done virtually nothing since that 95-yard touchdown drive. In fact, for the rest of the game, they have 22 yards of offense. Anything that didn't happen in that one drive. Yeah, that's something to speak of. And Murray is on him right away. Quite stop for no gain.
You're not going to go right down the field on the Eagles. If New England can go right back down and score a touchdown on this drive, then I think the game is probably going to be over. I'm being honest, because I can tell you then, it's going to be hard for you to go score 3 touchdowns. I think Brady's going to get at least another field goal after that. But I don't think they're good. This defense is too good.
Able to throw it way downfield. Watson's looking around, and there's nothing that's going to be called. So that was a 3-and-out from New England.
Yeah, it's just New England got their drive. They did it. But now Philly gets to go back on the sideline. Schwartz, here's the no huddle. Here's what they're in. Now let's get to this a little bit. Figure out how to double Edelman at the right time. And he did a wonderful job of getting them prepared. I think this should still come down. All Philly needs is to not, if they don't drop the last pass, Goddard, they're probably having a longer drive. Obviously, they probably get points because it's a chunk play on that drive.
Tough catch. Almost misjudged with all that wind. Boston Scott able to grab hold of it, though, after a long punt. 55 yards. What about the way Wentz has played today?
Oh, he's done it. Pretty productive job. He's held on to it a little longer than he wants. You see this right here? That was well done. But you're hoping a little bit at the end of that. And because of that, it's get to 1, 2, 3, 4. Move. 1, 2, 3, 4. Throw the ball at his feet. And sometimes he wants to create play. He wants to have you always want to do the right thing. You always want to be perfect. And this game is a lot of imperfections around you. And you got to help other people. And your ability to get that ball out helps your football team. And helps your guard. And helps that receiver. And I think you're seeing his best plays when he just, systematically does it. And they get in trouble sometimes when you hold it to him.
Got a completion, but has no gain. It's Terrence Brooks who's made a couple of plays coming up in that secondary.
Well, you see that. This is the kind of stuff, though. You can hold that and wait for something else. But if you're looking at the coverage pre-snap, they got safeties back here, nothing else is open. The only thing that can happen is a bad play, most likely. And then when you get that fourth quarter, when these games, 3rd and 9, 3rd and 14, now hold the ball, show us why you're the franchise quarterback that we all believe. The rest of the game, just get to it quickly and move on.
We'll call it 2nd and 9. Good play action. Pass. At the play, they got a flag down.
Well, this could be on the defense. I feel like maybe usually there's some sort of...
Illegal use of hands. Hands to face. Defensive
So that gives him the automatic first.
And he had to, because you'll see on the left side, it'll be over here-ish. Right there. You see him putting that in. You can see this helmet back when Wentz was throwing. He's an offensive lineman's helmet back in the lap of the quarterback. It's not a good sign for a defensive lineman.
Picking up a first down and a total of 12. Boston Scott.
Well, this is outstanding. This is the second time in this game. Give him credit. A lot of people over here. There's only 3 guys on defense and 3 on offense. If you're going to give us that, those are numbers we'd like on offense. We're going to run it for the second time and have huge gaps on that side. New England's going to have to adjust this. I don't know if they can, because you should come right back with it if you're Philly, because they don't have an answer, that means. And they are right now, same exact formation. 4 guys on that side. Run to the right now. 4, you have to get out of the play.
There you go, Tony. Running and running. Scott this time for only a yard. Scott, who was on the practice squad down in New Orleans last year and got to watch him practice every day, the likes of Alvin Kamara. Mark Ingram was there last year and seeing some significant playing time here today. Sanders comes in to replace him, and they're really high on Sanders.
And they should be. I think they had a really good draft. The first 2 guys, Dillard's played at left tackle, did a good job in for Peters. And you have Sanders, who I think just leaps off the page. Watch me. He put him in a lot of spots on the field here.
Sayamalo pointing across the line, saying the Patriots were the ones who instigated that.
Full start. Offense number 73. 5-yard penalty.
Well, you know, the point about Sanders, Tony, is that at Penn State, he served as a backup to Saquon Barkley.
Yeah. Well, Shelton tries, doesn't get across. And what you teach the old linemen, you see, you know, Sam Malu there, and we'll get back to Sanders at Penn State in a second. Just, you're taught, if that guy jumps offside, you touch him. You reach out and move, so that way the penalty's on them. Problem is he never got across the line, though. So you're telling him to do this. All of a sudden you're like, well, don't do it that fast. Wait next year. But Sanders, what were you saying?
Yeah, he was back up to Barkley, got to have the position. His senior year to Barkley was drafted.
It's not third. All right, so watch. He's going to try and fit this ball back here. But underneath this, you got 2 guys, high and low. And if you're Carson Wentz, this is what I want to see. That's just throw underneath that. You're going to get probably to about the 40-ish. You're going to get yourself into 3rd and 6. And it's just like, that's the only thing I want to see. I know you can make these throws. He's got all the talent in the world. And you can just simply take what they give you and move on until they need you to be great.
3rd and 15. He's in trouble. And he is knocked down, sandwiched in between a couple of Patriots, including Hightower and Van Noy. The 5th sack of the game by New England.
Watch the right side of your screen. Just an outstanding job. Now remember, Lane Johnson is out. Hightower gets inside, gets out, all the way back. And Vitae has no chance. And that's scary right there. Because Carson Wentz, that guy's supposed to be protected on the right side, and you get surprised.
Well, this one hooked drastically, and it goes out of bounds at about the 47 or 8. Is hit by Johnson this time. And actually might be closer to the 50.
Well, the Birds, they need that defense to stand up again. We'll see.
At Fidelity, you get personalized wealth planning and unmatched overall value. Together with a dedicated advisor, you'll make a plan that can adjust as your life changes, with access to tax-smart investing strategies that help you keep more of what you earn. And with a new brokerage account, your cash is automatically invested at a great rate that's at least 22 times more than other advisory firms. Personalized advice, unmatched value. At Fidelity, you can have both.
There's just something different to a Disney movie.
Horizon knows you love all things Disney.
I think we've watched every single movie at least twice, 4 times.
100 times.
That's why your unlimited plan now comes with Disney Plus on us for a year. Because the network more people rely on gives you more.
Puberty means personal space.
So sports clothes sit around growing odors. That's why we graduated to Tide Pod Sport.
Finally, something more powerful than the funk.
Tide Sport removes even week-old sweat odor. It's got to be Tide.
I'm a tailgater tailgating to get to my tailgate. Now, it might not get me there any faster, but hey, it gets me ready for football. Let's tailgate. I can't go anywhere. If you're so busy watching me tailgate that you don't see the one in front of you. Your cut rate car insurance, it might not pay for this. So get Allstate and be better protected from mayhem. Like me.
Here we go, come on. Somebody next to me, it would be feeling so fine.
The Farmer's Market, the perfect place to show Dunkin' is going plant-based with our great tasting Beyond Sausage Sandwich.
It tastes like a sausage.
Very surprising.
Good.
I'm impressed. I cannot believe this is from Dunkin'.
Available nationwide, only at Dunkin'.
The human body wasn't built to sustain your level of activity forever.
This could be serious. You need to sit this one out.
There's a possibility that you may never recover enough to resume your duties as Bravo team leader. A new SEAL team, Wednesday at 9/8 Central on CBS.
Back with the Patriots taking possession at their own 48. For 6, and down to Tracy we go.
Jim Phillips Dorsett not out here. He took a hit on that touchdown from Edelman. He was looked at in the blue tent by the independent neurologist, taken into the locker room for further evaluation. He has a head injury and is questionable to return.
Well, that means that at the top of your screen, you'll see the first round draft pick will be there for a minute. There's a little headery. It'll be at the top all the way up there.
On a 2nd and 4, Samples a little wide. Ready to pick it up. Completes it. Ball is out. Called incomplete. Ruled incomplete on the field. Curry picked it up to take off, and Karras knocked him down, but it won't matter. Wilcox got hit by Jenkins. Jenkins closing in on him.
Go ahead, Jim. Let me know. Tip ball, good job by Avery getting a hand up. Brady gets through the progression fast, gets down, and then it's a fumble, not fumble, fumble, not fumble.
Third down.
But look, looks like he has possession here. Does the ball come out before the knees down? I think it did.
I think it did too. It's really close though. Are they saying it's an incompletion? I think they're saying it's a...
They're saying it's a catch and that it was down.
Well, then how are they back?
It was 2nd and 4. He lost yardage on the play.
Gotcha, so it's a second.
And now the challenge. And I saw Peterson was holding on to the challenge flag, and then he decides to go ahead and go for it, which I think is a worthwhile endeavor.
100%. It's definitely worth... I mean, this is very close.
Moving on the field, the runner forward progress will stop. Therefore, that's not reviewable. Third down.
Forward progress, they said.
That's why they lost yards. It's non-reviewable, obviously. Not really sure his progress was stopped.
That's a close one.
Yeah, New England, I think, caught a break right there.
It's a 3rd and 7. Gives it to White. White chased down from behind by Gary.
But when you ever see the Patriots on 3rd and 7, quickly get up to the line and hand the ball
Not
out.
minute very often.
I mean, this is when you're giving the respect that this defense of line deserves. And now people are seeing the secondary is back. They're healthy. It's very difficult. Philly's offense is going to have to do something. I haven't done anything since the 95-yard drive in the first half. So it's putting a lot of pressure on its defense. But Josh right there, him and Brady are probably talking. I know Tom's like, come on. That's our play. He's like, I got you the touchdown literally like 10 minutes ago. I get credit for that.
Matthew Slater there to cover it up at a fountain 3. Beautiful punt by Bailey. 42 yards and backed up again, the Eagles.
I feel like they should be here by now.
There's only one other place they could be.
Where are the Bud Light Platinums?
Oh, you're looking for the party turret. This here is the Experience in the Void turret. Completely different turrets.
Oh, it's the wrong one at the top.
We only have 2 turrets.
Unbelievable.
Bud Light Platinum. Brewed for the night.
Start saving with Target Holiday Deals. Get 25% off home decor, bedding, bath, and more. This weekend only. Save on everything you need for when friends and family come home for the holidays. New holiday deals arrive all season long, only at Target.
So fresh.
The $1 stylist deal. Nice to meet you. Perfect.
What?
Or you could get real deal. McDonald's, buy one, get one for $1 deal is here. Buy one of your faves and choose another for just an extra $1.
It's too late for me to find another partner, so I'm gonna have to forfeit.
Well, I could be a partner.
Like I said, I'm gonna have to forfeit the championship game. Connie, practice starts tomorrow.
I'm stuck warming up the glutes.
A new neighborhood. Monday at 8, 7 Central on CBS.
Okay, Mrs. Wheelock, if you need anything, your children are here.
I don't want them, I want you.
Show us what we gotta do, and we'll do it.
Christina, let's pretend you're your mother. Now, gently lower her in the wheelchair.
We'll do better, Mom.
Absolutely.
A new Bob Hearts at the showroom. Monday at 8:30, 7:30 Central on CBS.
Back in Philadelphia. One of the great cities in America. Well, Belichick telling us yesterday that he first came here 60 football seasons ago. As he joined his father, who was on the Navy football staff, to come up here for the very first time to see the Army-Navy game. A lot of fun memories of those days. That game. And movement. Dillard, the rookie.
Off start. Offense number 77.
We've got an update. Let's break away to New York. Back to JP and Nate.
San Francisco back on top. That's right, Jimmy G. It's Kendrick Bourne for the touchdown. After a failed two-point conversion, San Francisco takes the lead 23-19. 8:53 in regulation left. Back to Jim Nance.
So Arizona got off to a fast start in that game. The Niners at 8-1. They lost Monday night at the winner against Seattle. Here's a first down run. And look at Lawrence Guy just dominate the line on that play and throw down Sanders for a loss of 1.
They go back to the unbalanced and they run the ball. And Guy gets inside Dillard with back-to-back plays. We'd like to have back, although not specific one. My guy didn't help him. It's a double team on that guy, so it really was more combo block, they call it. Two guys are comboing up to have a big situation here. New England's great at trying to create pressure, do something to possibly get points in this situation.
On 2nd and 12. Get it out near the 5 with Sanders. And you got 3rd and long. And you're right, this is where this Patriot defense all season long has made plays.
This is a very hard spot for Philadelphia, only because you have to, it feels like you have to do something on offense. We've got 37 yards since the first quarter. It feels like we're doing nothing. I mean, and yet you're in a very tough spot, 3rd and 8 coming out of your own end zone. If there's a turnover here, a sack in the end zone, I mean, anything, the game gets really just a little bit away from you. But you have to be aggressive here. This is where heads up for all-out pressure.
waiting on the goal line. Wentz. And threw it too low, and that would have gotten to the first down yardage anyway had Sanders caught it. This crowd is upset with its offense.
It's just a tough spot right there. That's not the time. I mean, I know it feels like you're not doing anything, and that's why we're just talking about it. But yet, every ounce of you wants to risk everything right there because we have to have this. It's 17 to 10. We only have one real drive. You're fine. You need a creator. Your defense is going to have to stand up. That's what you're going to win this game.
Sinu looks left, goes middle. And again, New England will operate in your midfield. Now, during the last break, it was interesting watching a couple of masterminds on the sideline, Brady and McDaniels.
And right here, you see him circling. So what happens is you're looking at your pictures. Here's what I want to do. See how they're doing this? Okay, Tom was well. Here's what I want them. Make sure he does this and this. Josh, get down there, talk to the running backs. Boom, guys, here's what we have. They're going to play cover 4. You're going to be outside. They've been doing this to you all game. I need you to go in here. They're making up this one play, this design of something, but they haven't ripped it all week. So you got to go teach them. We didn't show you there. They went right to the wide receiver crew right after that. Told them. And now all of a sudden you're going to see the evolution of two very intelligent people coming about here.
Well, we see that play right here.
There's a really strong chance you're going to see the running back just stand there.
Gain of 11 to White.
So you see that? They line up right in a spot they never do right there, and they use the leverage. That's a design play right there they came up with. That's why they go over and tell them, here's what we're going to do. The way they're playing you with this leverage, we can get it. Boom, they just did it. You'll see another form of it here come up soon.
They got him. Back at the 49, it's Gary. First sack of the game for Philadelphia.
This is the only time I see Tom Brady not be aware that the pressure is free. He has a hot route in front of him to Edelman. It's probably the first time that I've seen him just actually not throw the hot route in front of him. Great job by the Eagles of making him think they weren't coming and then fully.
Gary, the former safety at Nebraska, knocking him down for a 7-yard loss. Second and 17. More pressure. Sliding, looking, heaving it away.
Outstanding. I mean, this is Brady switching the play, motion to back in, and Philadelphia wants to throw the back, but he can't because he's double teamed, and then throws the ball away before he gets hit. Now a big third down. I don't know the yard line this direction. We haven't seen a field goal in a position to be kicked here.
Well, they got to get 17 for a first, all the way down at the 31. And that one almost intercepted as Brady turned around reverse field and tried to throw it to White. Mills broke it up.
Another screen pass. Can't hold up on 3rd and 17 when they're coming after you. Ball gets away, and all of a sudden, boom, hits Mills. And almost goes the other way. Oh, right there.
I tell you, the defense has made a couple of good stands after allowing New England to drive with the first possession of the third quarter for a touchdown.
It's why this Philly team is scary if they get healthy on offense. Deshaun Jackson gets back, because this defense is going to play like during the Super Bowl run. They're fully healthy.
Bailey pinned them last time, but not this time. That goes out of bounds. It's going to be, I think, close to the 20. Right there at the 20 it is. Update time. Back to JB and Nate.
Jim, 6 minutes later. That's right. Kyler Murray answers back. He keeps it. Murray with the scurry. That's the longest rushing touchdown. 22 yards. P&T good. They are up by 3, 26 to 23. 6:30 left in regulation. Back to Jim Nance.
Another back and forth game out in Santa Clara. That was a 27-yard punt by Bailey.
I'm telling you, that Kyler Murray,
you're high on him, I know.
I told you before the year, I'm telling you this, he's going to be a monster. He's going to be outstanding.
Okay, final 5 seconds of quarter 3. That's Boston wrestled down. Boston's got wrestled down by Guy. 40 total yards of offense for the